The coppery taste of blood coated my mouth as my phone's screen blinked awake. My left leg pulsed with pain, barely able to move, as the ER nurse wheeled my stretcher into a quiet corner shielded by thin curtains. She called me lucky. Lucky. My car was a crumpled heap, my ribs ached with every breath, and all I wanted was the solace of my own bed. So I texted her. Can you come get me? I've been in a wreck. A pause. 3 dots pulsed on the screen. Then her reply flashed. Sorry, I'm at lunch with Mark. Can't get away. Mark, her old college friend. The one she swore was like a brother. The one whose messages lit up her phone when she thought I was asleep. Her words seared into me. The pain in my chest now sharper than the fractured ribs. I tapped out one word. Okay. In that moment, I shed the man who trusted her completely. I became someone else. 8 years of marriage, and I'd believed our connection was unshakable. I'd been her anchor, her protector, her bedrock. She'd been my haven, but the signs were there. The lingering glances when Mark was around. The softened tone when she took his calls. The smile and pictures she used to save for me. Still, I told myself it was nothing. Love blinds you. It smooths the jagged edges of truth until you're too numb to cut through the deceit. Her text from the hospital sliced me open. 2 hours later, when they discharged me, I didn't message her again. Instead, I called someone else. Officer Daniels, a steadfast friend, quiet, the kind who moves decisively and asks questions later. By the time I got home, a plan was taking shape, not fueled by rage, but forged in the calm as my pulse steadied and my thoughts sharpened. For weeks, I played the part of the loving husband, subdued, recovering from the crash. I let her think she'd gone unnoticed. Beneath the surface, I was collecting proof. Call logs, GPS tracks, bank statements. Daniels got hold of surveillance footage from places she didn't know were monitored. Lunch dates with Mark, a supposed yoga getaway that was actually a hotel stay 2 towns over. I held off on confronting her. I let her web of lies tighten around her. Meanwhile, I made my own moves. Bank accounts were quietly reorganized, assets subtly shifted, joint funds split and secured under my control. The house, mine before we married, was beyond her reach. I wasn't just going to reveal her betrayal. I was going to make sure she lost everything she'd taken for granted. The moment came sooner than I expected. She said she was meeting a friend for lunch. I didn't ask who. I just nodded and pressed a kiss to her cheek. She drove off in my car. I followed in a rented one. They met at a restaurant across town, seated by the window, their smiles too familiar, their bodies leaning too near. Her hand brushed his. His lingered too long. I waited for the signal. Daniels walked in first, his uniform crisp, his eyes sweeping the room. He didn't look at me. He approached their table. Mrs. Carter, he said, loud enough for nearby diners to glance over. She looked up, startled. Yes. I need you to come with me. Your husband's been in an accident. Silence. Then a faint, incredulous laugh from her. What? No, that was weeks ago. This is a new incident, ma'am, he cut in. You should come now. Her face drained of color. Mark shifted uncomfortably in his seat. Daniels glanced at him. And you're Mark, I assume. He let the name hang like a subtle warning. You might want to call your wife. Let her know you'll be late. That's when I stepped into her view. Her eyes met mine. Relief at first, then confusion, then the slow realization as the restaurant grew quiet, all eyes on us. I said nothing. I set a thick manila envelope on their table. Photos slid partway out. Her and Mark, a hotel room door in the background, dates clearly marked. The sharp gasp she let out was almost enough to satisfy me. Almost. The fallout was swift. I'd filed for divorce that morning, airtight, with all evidence attached. Her phone was taken with her own agreement, thanks to Daniel's careful wording that made it seem standard. The photos, texts, and financial records were all cataloged. I made sure Mark's wife got a copy too. By evening, she was locked out of our accounts. The house key she carried was useless. Her things sat in boxes by the curb, wrapped in plastic because I knew rain was coming. She didn't call. She didn't come back. Pride or guilt, it didn't matter to me. People think vengeance is driven by fury. It's not. Fury is messy. Vengeance is precise. I never raised my voice. I didn't throw things or demand answers. I let her face the truth in a room full of strangers, let their stares press down on her. I made sure her world collapsed with the same cold detachment she'd shown when she texted me from lunch, while I lay broken in a hospital bed. 3 months have passed. I sleep peacefully now. My ribs are healed. The car's gone, replaced with something sharper, faster. Daniel still checks in, though there's nothing left to track. Sometimes I drive by that restaurant. New faces sit by the window. I wonder if she still goes there, if she can sit without feeling the weight of that envelope on the table. She probably hates me for how meticulously I carried it out. Good. Because when I said okay that day, I meant it. Okay, I'll let you undo yourself. Okay, I'll make sure your fall is final. And I did.